Redout is a futuristic racing game independently developed and published by Italian developer 34 Big Things and co-published by 505 Games, a love letter to games like Wipeout, F-Zero, and dare I say, Extreme G. And one could say a spiritual successor to Wipeout, complete with team, vehicle, and racing histories. It was released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One August 29, 2017, Nintendo Switch on May 14, 2019, and Windows and Mac on September 2, 2016. The usual modes like Quick Race and Time Trial are here, 3 variations of Time Trial, along with Lap Elimination, Score Attack, Survival, Mini Tournaments in Career Mode, and boss races that stitch together courses from a particular area into one continuous race via teleportation. There's quite a variety in environments spanning different planets and virtual simulators, with 5 tracks for each of the main areas. I'd like to point out that all the tracks are different, and I point that out because when I remember playing Extreme G2, each track would have rerouted portions and be counted as a different track. I always considered that kind of thing a bit of a rip-off. None of that here. As short and sweet some of them are, there are 5 different tracks per location, with a handful of DLC tracks in exchange for real-world money. But most importantly, a completely in-game economy for earning cash to unlock ships and upgrades. And I love replaying races to earn extra dough and hone my skills. That being said, I most certainly will be supporting the developers by purchasing the other tracks. Redout has a satisfying progression, and the ramping difficulty pretty much forces you to check out the upgrades and power-ups. It's also satisfying revisiting earlier tracks in the career with those new upgrades for a better chance to get those gold medals. The visuals are vivid, bold, colorful, and have a polygonal, mosaic tile aesthetic. The ships vary in appearance and stats, and have many different liveries. That's just a fancy word for design, with many different paint jobs for said designs. My beefs are few but significant for a racing game. The rubber banding. For racing games, that's an AI mechanism designed to keep opponents near or pass you to keep the racing action exciting. The rubber banding is out of control. As soon as you pass an opponent without a power-up that damages them in some way, chances are they'll rip right past you again. Check this race out. I think I'm doing pretty good, and I'm struggling to stay in front. Some of these races get intense. Sometimes you need to be a little bit too aggressive for my taste. And I say sometimes because there's a slight inconsistency in the AI difficulty. One race you'll be ripping them apart, then in the next race you'll be struggling to stay in 7th. Though the right ship and combination of power-ups can play an important role in the success of a race, something still feels unbalanced about the difficulty though. It does feel like the ship's controls were designed around the grip power-ups, because without them, good luck taking a turn at speed without drifting into the wall. When you finish a race and the game takes over, it can't even avoid doing it. It's satisfying when you do get those power-ups, but disappointing that the base controls are so floaty. My eyes really needed to adjust to the Alaska tracks. They're just a mess of blue, green, and purple. And finally, I wish there was a photo mode. Overall, it's easy to see the inspiration, love, care, and passion that went into making Redout. What the art of making video games should be about. I gotta give it a 9.
I wanna feel